This may be one of the most harrowing stories we've ever covered on Abomination Realm. A routine dive turned into a nightmare when 5 divers in Trinidad were pulled into a 30-inch oil pipeline deep underwater, trapped with no way out. Only one survived to tell the tale. This tragic event unfolded in Pointe-à-Pierre, Trinidad, during what was meant to be a routine maintenance job. The divers, experienced in their field, were tasked with repairing a dormant oil pipeline for Paria Fuel trading company. Having performed similar work many times before, they had no reason to fear the job ahead. They were inside a specially designed underwater chamber that provided them with oxygen, but on this fateful day something went terribly wrong. The divers began their work as usual, with everything appearing normal. However, disaster struck when the inflatable plug that held back the water was unexpectedly released. In an instant, water rushed in, creating a powerful suction that pulled the men into the pipeline, trapping them in a nightmarish struggle for survival. For 90 agonizing seconds, the men were violently tossed around like rag dolls, dragged helplessly into the pitch-black depths of the pipeline. The overwhelming force gave them no chance to resist as they were swallowed by the darkness, trapped in a nightmare from which there was no escape. When the violent suction finally ceased, the men found themselves trapped in complete darkness, unable to see anything around them. Miraculously, a small air pocket provided them with just enough oxygen to breathe, for the moment, but their nightmare was far from over. Their horrifying ordeal was captured on camera. What you are about to witness is the chilling footage of that tragic day.
I'm trying to come up. General. Yeah. Yeah. Right behind you, man. All right behind you? You're right behind me? Yeah. You don't know when to come up? It's not coming up. Who making all that noises? Come on, all I mean, let's figure it out. We gotta go. We gotta start moving. Yeah. Where you at? I don't know. I'm trying to come up. Trying to come up. But don't worry, all is good. All is good, I'm going to get you this. I'm trying to come out. Huh? Yeah? Who is that boy? Yusuf? Oh, Yusuf? How long you have to walk before you meet Friday? You and Friday was together all the time? Right then, man. Can't everything alright with you? No. Any limbs break? All leg. Your leg, alright. 5. Anything happen to you? Yeah. A 5? No way. Yusuf, anything happen to you? Yeah, boy. What happened? Alright.
The 5 men were trapped inside a 200-foot-long, dark, oil-coated pipeline. Some were injured, exhausted, and rapidly running out of air, their panic setting in as the reality of their situation took hold. Desperate to survive, they linked together and attempted to crawl through the suffocating darkness. But the thick oil in their broken bodies made every movement agonizing. The sole survivor would later recount the sheer terror of that fateful day in vivid detail.
Tornado, everything just spinning and beating you up, and it happened so fast I couldn't react. The only thing I remember able to do was cover my head, like in the fetal position. After that, all I remember, I didn't even remember actually getting pulled in the pipe. I just remember getting pulled through the pipe at unbelievable speeds. I couldn't hold my breath no longer, man. Truth. And you holding your breath for too long, after a while, your body, your lungs just fight. Yeah, waist close, you see a noise. Your body suffering to pull air. An unbelievable nightmare. Your eyes burning. Every time you try to open your eyes, it's burning. You're pitch black, you can't see nothing. Your throat burning. Your ears ringing. Your body sore. And at that point, I tell myself I was gonna end dead.
Along the way, the men discovered 2 oxygen tanks, but it wasn't enough for everyone. Faced with an impossible choice, they realized that if they stayed together, none of them would survive. The sole survivor made the most agonizing decision of his life. He had to leave the others behind to seek help, hoping to return in time to rescue them. With 1 oxygen tank, he pushed forward, battling exhaustion, severe burns, and crippling fatigue. Then, to his horror, his air supply ran out. Just as hope seemed lost, he miraculously found a 2nd tank, giving him the strength to continue. Fueled by sheer determination, he pressed on through the suffocating darkness. After what felt like an eternity, he finally reached the exit of the pipeline, his only chance at salvation. He immediately alerted the rescue team, who sprang into action. Divers descended into the depths, knocking on the pipeline in desperation, hoping for any sign of life. To their relief and horror, knocks echoed back from within. Some of the men were still alive, trapped in the suffocating darkness, clinging to hope. But as hours passed, the situation grew increasingly dire. Despite their relentless efforts, the rescue team could not find a way to free the men. Inside the pipeline, the trapped divers must have realized the grim reality. No rescue was coming. Oxygen was running out, and the thick fumes made every breath more agonizing. Days later, the bodies of the 4 divers were finally recovered. The exact moment of their deaths remains unknown, but one can only imagine the overwhelming terror and despair that filled their final hours. The survivor vividly recalls the sheer horror of that day, the desperate struggle, the suffocating darkness, and the heartbreaking moment he had to leave his teammates behind. His testimony serves as a chilling reminder of the unimaginable terror they faced and the devastating cost of that fateful dive.
Because everything inside me open, I rescue you. Everything inside me open, I rescue what's going on. Nobody was making an attempt to rescue me. I always somebody who doesn't know what's going on, and I was always somebody who could control and see things through, and I feel.
This story serves as a stark reminder of the dangers some jobs entail, and the little appreciation many workers receive for taking on such perilous tasks. Here at Abomination Realm, we offer our deepest condolences to the families of the brave men involved and the survivor who made the unimaginable sacrifice in an attempt to save his teammates.